Hello everybody, good afternoon. This is Gary IOW here, and today I'm going to try and receive the ISS as it passes overhead of my location here. So on the screen here you can see where it is. It's about mid-Atlantic at the moment, and that squashed circle that you can see is the footprint of the ISS. So we'll nip over to Google Earth, and this is what, if you were looking out of the window of the ISS, this is what you would see at the moment. So it's crossing the Atlantic, and you can see that it's just about to come into my horizon. So if we look at the passes, this is the pass that we're looking at the moment. So it comes into acquisition of signal at 2 o'clock, which is about a minute away, and you can see that it rises up to about 50 degrees above my horizon at 2:05, and as it passes overhead it drops away, and at 14:10 you get LOS, which is loss of signal. The next pass today will be at 15:40. It's not a very high pass. Thursday at 5 to 7 in the morning, nothing. 8 Thursday morning, there's that. 9:57, another fairly good pass, and at 11:34 tomorrow, that's quite a good pass. So now it's within my horizon. So what we will do is we'll nip over to SDR Uno, which is the radio receiver I'm using at the moment. That's an RSP1A SDR receiver. It's connected to a Diamond 510N, which is a dual band collinear 5/8 wave antenna. It's a omnidirectional antenna, but it's got a fairly flat angle of radiation. So let's nip over there and see if we can hear any signals. So this is the receiver. I've got the squelch turned up, so let's just back that off a little bit, and you should be able to hear some sounds. Here we are. So hopefully, I don't know what their schedule is for amateur radio, but hopefully today we will hear something. So I'll shut up for the time being, and we'll just sit back and watch and see if anything happens. So as you can see, it's getting fairly close to me now, so if we nip over to Google Earth, we'll be able to look out of the window and see what the ISS can see presently. So I'm here on this island, and specifically I'm about there, right on the western end of that island. So you can see it's just passing over Normandy, so it's not too bad a pass for today. And as I say, I don't know the schedule for their amateur radio operations. They may or may not be broadcasting, I don't know. If they are, we'll hear them, we'll certainly hear them. So let's go back to the satellite overview. So anything within that circle, anybody within that circle will be able to hear the ISS if they're broadcasting. But it doesn't look as though they are today. But we'll keep going until we get loss of signal, which is 5 minutes away. So this is the radio display at the moment. You can see I'm tuned to 145.8 megahertz, and I'm on narrow FM, and I've got a filter bandwidth set to 10k. So and the AGC is set to medium. But it doesn't sound as though they're transmitting at the moment on amateur radio. But as I say, we'll wait until they've finished. So there he is going over the Alps at the moment. We'll look at the overview. I'm still within the footprint of their transmissions, if they indeed transmit. But I don't think they're going to. But anyway, it's an interesting exercise to do. So now we can see him going down Italy. So we'll lose the signal in a couple of minutes. We will be outside of their footprint. So the next decent one will be tomorrow at some point. So I will try and record that and see if we can pick up any amateur radio transmissions from them. So as you can see now, he is just about to go below my horizon in about 30 seconds. So as I say, tomorrow there's one at 8:25 in the morning, British summertime. There's another one at 10 o'clock, and there's a better one at 11:35 tomorrow. So we'll give that a go and see if we can pick them up. You never know. As I say, I don't know their schedule. I'm sure it can probably be found online. But we're just about to go outside of his footprint. So that's the end of that. So this program is part of the Ham Radio Deluxe suite of software. On here you can see the satellite definitions. These are all the satellites I've got in the database. I can track any one of these. Over here we have the Kepler data, and these are what are called Keplerian elements. It's a series of numbers, and it describes the satellite, the height, the speed, the orbit, etc, etc. I've got them set to update every hour on here, so they're always up to date, because they decay over a period of time. So generally you can download a set of Keplers and they're good for 4 or 5 days, but they do decay. So set this to every hour, it downloads the latest Keplers, and the predictions in that case are always absolutely spot on. So there we are, that's all for today. We will try again tomorrow and see if we can receive some amateur radio broadcasts from them. They do it quite regularly. They make schedules with schools and universities and so on and so forth, so the children can talk to them. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, if you got this far. I'm sorry there wasn't any audio coming from the ISS. It's a bit of a shame, but there we are. That's, as I say, that's the radio receiver, and the actual hardware I'm using is an RSP-1A and a 5/8 wave collinear dual band antenna. So 73 is all. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully tomorrow we may be able to get something a bit better. So this is Gary IOW G7RES signing off.